work substantially harder to make that cocktail.
Yeah.
Like, we made the peanut butter booze. Like, we made, a salted Concord grape. But instead here, I just use Southern Tier's peanut butter cup whiskey.
Yeah.
And our Grape Lake cider with a twist of salt, because my dad always used to salt his peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And it, like, really matters. And you put the salt, like, you stir it, and then you put the salt on the ice cube, so when you're walking, it, like, slowly does, like, a weirdo drift into the cocktail.
Okay.
So, like, instead of it being on the rim, it's just on that. And then this one's called A Love Letter to Lakeisha. And this is a girl that was in here, and my cousin Mallory kind of was, like, coming up with this cocktail. And I was like, what's your name? We'll name it after you. So it's bourbon, and then it has our cherry why you buggin' hard cider in it, and then Aztec chocolate bitters, which is from Fee Brothers out of Rochester.
Oh, sweet.
So, like, our cocktail program is small. It started with just doing, like, New York bourbons, and we make all of our ice cubes. So I call it a zero-waste cocktail program. I don't have citrus juices. I don't shake. We make the ice. I'm not shaking it and throwing it away. Like, if you don't want your ice in your Manhattan, that's fine. Like, we can ditch it and just use it to dilution is a real ingredient in a cocktail. Like, water is an ingredient.
Right.
Like, it's not just there to make it cold. So, we can throw it away, but I'm not shaking drinks, straining them. No. Like, I have to make the ice, you guys. Like, get out of here. Like, So all of the citrus we buy from this really cool place called Bar Mecca, which is in Rochester. Two people that I used to work with back in the day, Ralph DeTucci and Megan Megan, I'm sorry, I'm crap with your last name. Whatever. But they own it, and they dehydrate all the citrus for me. So if you order a Buffalo Mule, you're getting Lockhouse Loganberry vodka with ginger beer, Fee Brothers lime bitters, and a dehydrated lime. So they're not necessarily exactly what you think that you're going to get, but they're delicious in their own right. Like, some people are like, wow, this is so good and minimal.
That's
so
sweet.
It's fun. Like, they're just really, like, easy but thoughtful.
Sure.
In a way that doesn't throw a bunch of... I hate waste. Like, that, I hate waste.
Right.
As, like, a human and a bar owner, which I'm very wasteful too. Like, we all are. But I try not to make it worse. Like, there used to be a dead citrus bin at my work, because I used to, at the end of the night, be so angry when my friend Sam Thompson would peel the fucking citrus, and then he would just throw it, like, play basketball. And I was like, bro, we can juice those the next day. Like, sorry to call you out, Sam. My bad. Like, I don't mean it, but you did it. So then we had the dead citrus bin in the walk-in, and then they would get juiced. So, like, little tiny things that we can all do to kind of, like, not be super wasteful in the restaurant industry, which is very dependent upon consumers. So, like, if you don't come to buy it and the restaurant doesn't have a way to preserve it, like, it's gonna get kind of wasted.
Yeah.
So this is my way of being able to give the people a little bit more of what they want, which is apparently cocktails in Buffalo, but also giving myself the grace to say I don't want to be juicing and making all these things, but I am going to we're starting a mocktail program, so I'm going to have 2 mocktails a month. Like, I'm working on an oleo sacrum right now, which sounds really crazy, but it's not. It's literally just like peeled citrus, and you let it muddle it into the sugar, and it pulls all the citrus flavor oils. So it's going to be a lemon oleo sacrum syrup with blueberries, and then I'm going to do a lavender blueberry ice cube. So I'm more focusing on, like, little weird things that make it unique. I did, at our Palentine's event recently, I did a raspberry hibiscus lemonade, like, tea ice cube shaped like a rose. And then I did a strawberry agave syrup with soda water, and then you got to pick your poison. Do you want gin? Do you want vodka?
Sure.
And it worked out really well. And I was like, like, making a fancy ice cube, it's also kind of the gift that keeps on giving, because as it melts, it's more drink.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Ice is just water waiting to happen, so why not make it like lemonade waiting to be drank? I don't know.
So what do you have there? That's the perfect
That's
Manhattan?
just a perfect Manhattan.
Can I try some of that?
That uses Hartman's too. So, like, I really like using at local whenever we can. Like, the Dude Abides on there uses Lockhouse. So it's got Lockhouse and Hartman's in it, which is fun for me. And it uses chocolate almond milk because A, now we don't have to deal with dairy. B, chocolate almond milk has a longer shelf life than heavy cream. And C, I don't have to freaking shake it. Like,
True.
I don't want to shake it. Like, I had shaker's elbow. I'm done with it. Like, I don't want to, I'm out of that game. I don't shake shit. I stir things up. It says it on the menu. I'm not lying.
It does.
I love that. Well, welcome back, everybody, to another interview from the Buffalo Happy Hour. Mike, what's going on, dude?
We're back. There's updates. The clouds are still here. The wave
is still here.
Is still present.
Yeah, and we've had like 2 like pretty kind of like little bit intense events where I was like, let's see if this survives. We're rolling the dice. Very respectful human beings.
Yeah, here it is.
Really great.
Love that.
Large crowd. Nobody did anything wrong.
The last time we talked, round 1.
Yeah.
We dove into the events that you were hosting, and there was one where like the city got involved, and they're like, you can't do this anymore.
Oh, that was at our other location. Those little freaking jerks told me that I couldn't freaking have a chili cook-off.
Yeah.
I was like angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they stepped in.
I
like,
wanted
you
to
can't.
defend my title against my freaking brother.
Yeah.
And they were like, you can't have fun. Like, oh.
The city was basically saying like you can't have a house party event at your actual business.
Yeah, like God forbid you share chili with strangers. Like I thought, I think Buffalo would have let me do it. Like, no offense to Lakeville, maybe Buffalo wouldn't have let me do it either. But the city of good neighbors,
sure.
maybe. I don't know. But we've moved on. We get it. Fine. I can't make you guys eat chili that I've made just so you can tell me I'm a good cook.
Right.
Or I'm a better cook than my brother. We've moved on. We had a 3-day rager for my dog, Glenister. He just turned 21 in dog years. So he had an open mic comedy roast, which I'm still working on, like, taking all the comedians who took time to roast the dog and each other. Well, they were brutal. Poor John Lockwood. I don't know if you guys know him. He's a local comedian. Very funny, very nice, very big supporter of OSB. I support the comedian scene. Like, I like to laugh. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just want to laugh. I just
Right.
want to laugh, eat good food, have a good time, explore and do weird shit. Like, you got a weird cider idea? Let's go. Like,
Yeah.
You got one? Let's go. I mean it.
I mean, last time we were here, what did we have? We had like a jalapeno. I had a jalapeno one.
Did
that one was so good.
When was it? We did it because, no, that would have been last year because it was a year and a half ago that I've seen you guys.
Yeah.
Last year we did at Collaboration, which is a really
yeah.
cool event. Did you guys go last year?
No.
Are you
No.
going this year?
We haven't decided yet.
Yeah.
It's really like a cool event, even if you just go as humans and not as like boss,
Sure.
like podcasty men.
Like CEOs.
Yeah, like if you want to just go as a person, not like a brand.
Yeah.
Like just wear a hat, like don't wear anything branded and just be humans for the day. It's
Right.
It's like,
I love that.
I mean, just so everybody essentially teams up with Buffalo Beer Geeks. So it's this cool group in the Buffalo area where all these people who like beer get assigned to like a cidery or a brewery, and they come up with a flavor concept, and then that everybody releases the product on that day. So it's like
Gotcha.
all new beers and ciders. I don't know if there's a winery or a distillery or anything. That would be cool, but maybe the process takes longer. I don't really know. But every single product that is there that day is new. Last year we did a street. It was disgusting. I'm sorry. It was so. I mean, it actually wasn't as bad as like the beef on weck. Sorry, Eric. He should have showed up. If he came here, he could have defended his beef on weck cider. But he, alas, had other things to do. So, but the beef on weck, super salty, super weird.
Yeah.
But it got people talking. Like, honestly, people were like, oh, the people still freaking talk about this cider.
Did it have like horseradish too?
Yeah, fresh horseradish. It had this vegan, like, beef broth. But the problem is they put too much salt in it. Like, vegan beef broth already has so much salt in it. And then I think, Eric was a chef in his past life, and I always, no offense, brother, I love you really, but I'm sensitive to salt, so I always thought, I'm better now. I think the older I get, the more I'm like, need salt. Like, I don't know. Like, I've turned into like an old smoker lady or something. I was like, But like, he always was a little heavy salted. So when that product came out, I just was like, if he didn't add additional salt.
Yeah.
But they toasted caraway seeds. Like, they're always doing like really crazy things in the back. And I try not to like stifle their creativity. Like, I try. Sometimes I'm like, Like, Eric, we're never making 500. We're never making wherever the camera is. We're never making 500 gallons of Cool as a Cucalope. It's not that good. Lunch Pail, I don't care if you love it. It's all right. Kind of tastes like a pickle, but not in the way it's intended. Like, let's make a pickle one, maybe. But, like, let's stick to, that's going to be small batch forever.
Yeah.
We do make it every year. It does have its, like, little following. Same with, like, mint to drop beets. I love that flavor. I made a banger risotto with it this year. I decided to share the recipe online. I don't know. My editing skills are not really great, but hey, whatever. We did it, and it's really good. And other people have now since actually made that risotto, and it's great.
Yeah.
It turned out great. Like, I love, like, any unique idea where you're, like, using something outside of the box. I think it's, like, thinking outside of the box to survive in the business world. like evolving. Like I have an idea for the summer. I'm not going to share it with you guys yet because I just thought of it last night. But I think I can flesh it out and make it work.
So in a year and a half's time, since round
Before
one,
we get in, can I have one of these? Which one do you want?
Yeah, just have them. I want this Liquid Death. So
okay.
like these are both for you.
I
so
want the lunchbox.
That
Not
one
a
is the
spot.
lunchbox, and then this one's the love letter. So this is kind of like a chocolate covered cherry. And you got to remember these two are like stronger than because their mixer is alcohol. So we're mixing alcohol.
Oh my goodness.
Doesn't it not taste like goober
That is
grape?
perfect.
It literally tastes like.
Can you try that? Can I try yours?
It's
Don't
really
hog it over there.
It's
What are you
pretty
doing?
silly how good that tastes.
I'm very
like, hey,
defensive.
Southern Tier, how about you put my grape cider on and run this as a special? Don't forget the salt. Smitty would be pissed.
yours
like-
slaps.
Yo, right? That's why I went hard for that one. That's why I wanted to be like, yo, let me get first dibs here.
Like I almost like it's just really good.
It's so good.
I
It
like
really
your,
is good.
I like your glasses.
Thank you. They're probably pretty dirty. I am just gross. Like I'm not really gross, but my eyeglasses are always like
You're one of our favorite business owners in the city, just so you know.
because I'm pretty weird.
No, you're just hysterical. You're just I don't know. You're just down to
'Cause
earth.
I
You're a
just laugh at
vibe.
my own self. Like whatever.
You're a vibe. You're good.
Oh, so wait, speaking of glasses, can I plug my friend's
Yeah,
business
go
really
for it.
quick? So I have a friend that I actually met through here, and she opened an eyeglasses place in East Aurora, and I actually sourced a bunch of vintage glasses for her. Her name is Ashley. She is lovely. Her eyeglasses company is called Guild, and right now she is collecting any eyeglasses that you no longer wear that have prescription. And what they do is they run through them, test the prescription, and organize them by what they are. And then she's going to Dominican Republic, giving out eye exams, and basically they're going to sift through and just do the best they can to give, because you can't make eyeglass, like, so they're just doing the best they can. They're going to find, something is better than nothing. So if you have any glasses that you would like to donate, if you bring them here to me, I will get them to her, and I will do buy one, get one free cider. Like, I will give you a pair of, you buy one cider, give me some glasses, I will give you a free cider on the house. I just, respect what she's doing so much. I think it's so kind and generous. And
Yeah.
if you have any prescription glasses that are in pretty decent shape and you're just, not your prescription anymore, or you don't, like them, whatever, she'll utilize them. Also, if you don't like your prescription doesn't work anymore, but you love the glasses, she can change your lenses. Like, if I gave you these glasses right now, she'll be like, okay, cool, give you an eye exam, and she'll put your prescription in
Sure.
them. Like, that's a real thing.
What's her business called again?
It's called Guild. It's Guild Eyewear Studios, I believe. I always got to go off the top of my head. I never really, we just ramble.
No,
Like,
I
this
got
is
you.
just,
Yeah,
I got
absolutely.
you. So she's in East Aurora. Is she on Main?
No, she's
The main road in the village of
no,
East Aurora?
she's kind of tucked in the back, I think.
Okay.
There's a grocery store there.
The co-op?
Tops?
I don't think it's a Tops. I think it's something else.
It's a co-op.
I'll pull up the address.
Okay.
There's a little flyer.
Because the co-op
I really
is,
didn't think to do this, and
No,
it just kind of
no,
came out.
you're
So,
good, you're good.
I don't know. I was like, oh, but it's such a good thing. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Yeah.
The co-op is also on Main Street. It's right by the overpass.
Yeah, where's that little, there's a cute little, no, I don't think that's by her either.
Okay.
I don't know where it is, but
anyways,
it's in East Aurora. We'll
is,
find it.
is she like an, what's the eye doctor? An optometrist?
She's
is that
an
what they are?
optometrist.
She is?
Yeah, she's
Can-
super rad.
We got to have her on.
Okay.
You should. She's so cool, guys. She's really rad.
Yeah, we're down.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend's a dentist, or her fiance. They have a dog.
Oh, yeah.
What
Yeah.
breed?
He's I think he's a Labradoodle.
Ooh.
Do you not like Labradoodles?
Adorable.
No, I love dogs.
Oh, I
all
was like, what do you
dogs. Yeah.
mean?
I love dogs so much. No, I'm I don't know. That's
This-
my noise for all dogs because I just want to snuggle
Even
them.
This stinky dog right
Yeah,
here.
he's
the
being
best.
so well behaved right now.
He is.
great.
'Cause
He's doing
being
good.
tricked. He thinks that he has a shock collar on, but
Yeah.
I am a bad. Sorry, sit means sit. I'm a really bad student. My dog's a better student than I am.
You're
I never
awesome.
charge it. But yeah, so wait, he did have a 3-day birthday rager. The first day was the comedy, open mic comedy. I'm almost done clipping it out so that it's not any jokes about other people to
Right.
narrow it down. And then on day 2, we had DJ Lil Gabby came in and did a 2000s dance party because he would have been born in the 2000s. And I just wanted to listen to 50 Cent all night.
That's fair.
I mean, it was his birthday, so we partied like it was his birthday. And then on Sunday was Super Bowl Sunday, his actual birthday, and Buffalo Barkery made him a birthday cake, and we put together dog bag gifts. So any dog that came got a party favor, when you're a little kid and you get that shitty dollar store candy, but you love it, and your parents hate their life after.
Yeah.
So he gave out those, and the news showed up, which was kind of cool. They were it was a little puppy. I didn't see it, but I guess it was on Channel 2 News that I threw a 21 in dog ears birthday party for my dog. I mean, it was great. I loved it. I mean, I think stuff like that's just silly and fun. We're about to do snail races. do you guys want to be commentators for the snail race one of the days?
Yeah.
Like, you're pretty funny. I feel like we could do it.
100%.
Yeah,
I would
absolutely.
basically treat it like the SpongeBob race where Patrick raced the rock. Do you remember that episode in SpongeBob?
I mean, I don't, like, I never, I'll admit it, I was never a SpongeBobber.
Why?
But, I
Who
don't know.
hurt you?
Listen, my niece really, this is funny, actually. My niece really loved SpongeBob, and she's 23. We're actually going to, she might be 24 now. I don't know. Sorry, Kayla. Whatever. We're going to Copenhagen together, but when she was little, I'm 13 years older than her. So I was in, like, a senior in high school. She's, like, this 5-year-old, and she had all these, like, SpongeBob weird toys, and my best friend Charity was visiting from Florida, and she loved SpongeBob, so she like decorated the computer with all of Kayla's toys, and then my dad thought that I loved SpongeBob, so for my high school graduation, this is like before freaking Cake Boss and all that shit. I don't even know who did the cake. He got me like a SpongeBob SquarePants like cake for my graduation. And I had to pretend I liked SpongeBob. I'm a Simpsons fan, man. Like, I don't even know. I've never really given it a shot, but I didn't SpongeBob. I apologize. But I had a SpongeBob SquarePants cake for my graduation.
But yeah, we will be a good commentator.
I feel like
for
it would
this,
be
for
good.
sure.
And I really, like, I'm a little extra. I'll admit it. Like, I think
No, I
the
don't think
more
so.
No, I don't
in
think
you
so.
go, the funnier it can be. Like, I might borrow, like, a scissor lift so that I could get you guys a little higher up, so you can have like I might even like put you outside on a scissor lift, so you're like looking in the
When
window
is
like
this?
really cold. So I'm really trying to I was trying to do like a big banger one, where the first one we like went off, but like I need stats, I need like they need like there's gonna be trading cards.
Listen, I will put Joe Buck to shame. And Derek, to my right, the viewers left, will understand and appreciate the fact that Derek will crush Collinsworth when it comes to commentating a race.
I just think it would be hilarious to
We-
commentate.
We will do whatever you want us to do.
I'll
Do you
just-
want us to like live stream
Let
it?
us know.
I do. I
We
think
need
it would be
dates.
really funny. I want to like live stream it. I want it to be like this silly thing. Like, I already hired a bookie. Like,
God.
I mean, like, bleep that out if it's illegal. I don't know. Is it illegal?
I don't think so.
Like, it's fucking silly.
We have to bleep that.
Like, I don't know. Maybe that's illegal. Like, I don't, like,
You can't do that.
you can't have a bookie?
No.
What if we, like, why? It's just snail.
Oh my God. There are so many things that prevent that from happening legally.
Well, what if we were, like, betting
No.
with, like, snacks?
No. We're gonna talk offline. We're gonna talk offline. Okay,
yeah, just edit
let's.
that out.
Yeah, we're gonna get back.
But yes, tell us the date. Tell us the date we'll be in.
Okay, I really am trying to get Jenny Kolsch to jump on board, and I was gonna name for the first one, name all the snails after different Jenny products.
Oh, nice.
Be like Jenny Red Eye coming in, da da da, like this, like fucking dumb shit.
Yeah, we're done.
But we're gonna start doing it every Sunday, is the thing. But like, we just thought it would just like be a funny thing, like 2 races every Sunday. But I think that the first one should be like rage
big
or
one,
bang,
yeah. Oh,
like
yeah.
really funny. And then like maybe once a month, I already talked to some of the local comedians, like, hey, would you guys want to like hypothetically commentate a snail race? And they were like, yes.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
So like, I think it would be really funny to get different Buffalo personalities. Maybe we do it with a bookie that is taking bets for charity. Maybe we turn it into a charity
do
thing.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
I just want to book.
Are you like the law person now? Like, how do you know this?
I
talk offline.
was
Went to
kind
law
of pretty
school.
sure it was a little like at least gray area, like the chili cook-off. Like I knew we were getting into chili cook-off.
You
there.
always find that line, and you're like, "That's where I
I
belong."
fucking toe that line. I own the line. I
Yeah.
think. Like one of these days, I'm gonna end up in the newspaper.
You already did for your birthday.
But I
for
mean,
the dog's
like,
birthday.
in a not good way.
This is
Like,
hysterical.
local business owner bailed out of jail for, like, like, I was making people shotgun beers this weekend at an event. Like, I don't know.
You're fine.
Like,
So
whatever.
we'll talk about the menu. Let's talk about the menu.
Well, first, for people that don't know, can you just, for people that are just watching this for the first time,
Okay,
what is
yeah.
OSB Cider?
If you're still here,
So, yeah,
cheers.
like, if you're
Yeah,
still here
really.
listening to this mumbo jumbo garbo, here we are. So, OSB Ciderworks, we're a hard cider company we're almost 7 years old. We are located where we make everything at the north end of Canisius Lake. That's where we do all of our production. We did just do a production expansion. We added on to the back of the building, and that's done. Today is Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is the first day that we are officially not even picking it up, we're getting a mini tanker truck delivered of juice. So big day for the production team. We're getting 3,000 gallons and using one of the 3,000-gallon tanks for the very first time.
Nice.
So that's happening tomorrow. Very exciting news. The guys are going to be crushing it. I also made them go get a second 1,000 gallons of juice this week because, better safe than sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's, a saying.
For sure. So if you want to know more about the cider aspect, because she's got some more stuff here right now that we're going to talk about. If you want to know more about the cider aspect, go check out last time when we interviewed her a year and a half ago at this point.
I think we just talked about gushers and candy bars that don't exist anymore.
Yeah,
like,
probably. I mean, we started off that episode probably just as hot as this one, too.
Yeah, like, what I just got, it's always just like, oh, let's talk about dumb shit because it's funner.
Yep. Oh,
like,
yeah,
it's
absolutely.
more fun. Like, whatever.
It's funner.
It's funner.
You're my favorite.
It's more fun, guys. What? Funner. Things are funner.
So being a
more
cider
fun.
place, you didn't have liquor before. So what made you want to get into liquor?
So we have a New York State farm license, right? So we
Yes.
can carry any New York State beer, wine, or liquor. I didn't really want to be a craft cocktail bar. I really wanted to shine light on the cider and like support the beer people who support us and kind of just do that. And then it started small with like a little tiny bourbon program. I was like, okay, we'll get New York bourbons. We'll do there's a cigar place across the street. I was like, let's try to do a little, whatever the words would be for that face I just made.
It's a collab.
Is that a collab or is it like?
Kind of. You're trying to involve them in what you're doing, so
yeah,
it's a
like
collab.
I love a community effort. Like, hey, we got your back, man. Someone
Right.
comes over there, give them this coupon. We'll tell them to go see you. You tell your people that my people said, hey. Like, I don't know. So I was like, oh, they can't smoke outside. This was my thought. I never followed through on this, so this is the worst. I even got a postcard designed next year, guys. I already got the artwork. So I wanted them to be able to like smoke their cigar outside on my patio, which I don't even actually know. Is that legal, lawyer?
It should be because you're outside. I don't think the permit will get in the way of that.
Do you
Don't you have
really?
to be
Are you
certain-
saying this with your chest, or do you fucking know that stuff?
Oh no, I'm
like you,
both. I'm saying it with my chest. You're able to smoke a cigar outside.
But you have to be a certain distance away from a building.
Like, is it have to? Like, do they have to be? So they can't smoke it on my patio then?
Unless you have a special permit for it, because Buffalo Cigars patio or somewhere else cigar patio can smoke outside.
See, like, I
Correct.
just think that they should be able to smoke outside.
Right.
Like, get some fresh air with your garbage lungs. Like, no offense, I'm not judging you. Do what you want. I smoke weed, whatever. I'm sorry. Sorry, Grandma, if you see this. I apologize. My grandma's one of my best friends. So she might, I hid my comedy roast. I did it on my birthday. I went up and did 5 minutes, and I did not post it to Instagram because I talked about when I was accidentally super high with my grandma on her birthday at a casino in Florida, and it's my Aunt Becky's fault because she's a pusher. She gave me a whole gummy, and I thought she'd give me a portion. She gave me an option, but didn't say. She still lies to this day. Aunt Becky, you're a liar. You're a liar. I mean, you mean well, but you're lying.
How hungry were you?
I was nutso. I was doing the most bananas. I had no snacks.
How many gushers did you eat?
None. I had no snacks.
Come
I had no
on.
snacks. They were bringing me booze. I was playing. You guys, I was up $400 at one point. I was literally playing blackjack. I was up $400. There's
Cash
all
out.
these old people. No, I hit a point of no return where they gave me too many vodka. They know what they're doing. Now I have too many vodka sodas in my empty belly with my high brain, and I'm going too rogue. I learned that you can split things, so I was like splitting like shit that you wouldn't split. I was splitting jacks. You don't split jacks. But it was so fun, and I was making people angry. Like, other players were getting mad. I'm like, why are you getting mad?
Yeah, probably the serious players are like, look at this nerd here.
Yeah, I'm like, what's this got to do with you? Mind your own business,
Yeah,
man.
right. Yeah,
But,
this
like,
isn't
I
your
wasn't,
cash out.
Like, for a while, I was, like, doing good. I was, like, not hitting on 14. I was, like, trying to Rain Man it. I'm like, there's a lot of big cards out here.
So you were
So
counting.
if I hit it, I mean, not really. I went to art school. I don't got those math skills. But yeah, I was basically like, I think the odds are in my favor that if I say no dice, don't hit me, I'm going to bust if he hits me. And then he's going to have to be hit, and he's going to go Flop City, Utah. And it kept working. And then I would like hit on 17, and people were like, don't hit on 17. And it worked out. And then I would do good. And then the dealer would bust. And I was just like, up a lot. I cashed out with $7.50 in chips. And which means I lost money, I think. I think I lost money, but I don't think it was much. But at the end of the day, I kept those chips. Those are mine forever.
Hell
That's what I'm talking about.
And
the
you had
M's.
fun.
Yeah, that's Grandma's 80th birthday chips. I became best friends with somebody that I, like, kind of, as a child, didn't really like. Now she's my bestie, man.
Love
I kept
that.
saying, does Grandma know I'm high on the whole ride home? I don't know. It's just not great. Cocktail menu. You know I'm all those tabs. You got to close it out. I swear I'm not high right now. I promise there's no marijuana in my system.
I don't understand. As soon as we hit record,
And I've only had one coffee, man.
that's the thing. As soon as we hit record, you're just like, where are the rails? Because I'm leaving them.
Yeah,
And you just go off the rails.
that's my life, though. I think I little bit live off the rails. I don't know why. It's more fun there.
We literally were like, okay, you opened a facility in Buffalo, New York, and you're like, I used to live in San Diego. I'm
Yeah.
like, what? What? And
I
then
lived in San Francisco, too.
yeah, and then we just talked about California for like 35 minutes.
I mean, it's the vibe in here, guys. There's a reason. We just got to circle it out and find why. We talked about San Diego because, hello, we're kind of in like a mini little San Diego. Like, I feel happy here. It feels like San Diego.
So you started off with an old fashioned,
Yeah.
right? we're going to try to bring it back to the cocktails for a second.
But also, you know what? Why are you even here a second time? Because me, nearly 2 years after, decided to respond to anyone who left if you left a Google review and you actually left words, I responded.
Yeah.
Some people got poems. Some people got. One person, I told them that I was better friends with their friends now because they haven't shown their. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just throwing spaghetti at a wall and figuring it out.
Why did you start responding? Was it just like a random thought that you're like, I should probably look at these?
Yeah. Oh no. Somebody had sent one recently. Like I had like checked my email randomly, and there was a review, and it was like nice, and I responded, and then I was like, let me check out these other ones, and then like anybody who left actual words, if you just left a star review, I just kept it moving. Like my energy
got stuff to
matched
do,
yours.
yeah.
Like bye. What am I gonna say? Thanks for the 5 stars. Thanks for the 3. My grandma gave me the same. Like not the grandma. My other grandma gave us a 3-star review once. She didn't. Whatever. She didn't know better. It's fine. But yeah, so I just randomly got a review, and then I was going through, and then I was like, hey, we got cocktails now. Want to do another podcast? And you were like, sure. And basically the very next day, we put it into motion.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same way. I just found an artist to do a job for me that I was like, I have this weird idea. I think this artist that I bought a piece of art from in 2018, who I have no idea the name of her at all. Like, I had to, like, search high and low. I was like, what year was it? How did I pay her? I was like searching Venmo, Cash App. Found her. She's gonna have the art to me next week.
Nice.
Like whatever. It worked out. It's gonna be cool. But yeah, so then I decided to make a cocktail menu.
Okay, perfect. So you started with an old fashioned, and now we kind of talked about it. We didn't formally start the episode at that point, so I'm not sure how much you want to keep in.
I mean, you guys can do whatever you want. I trust you. Like whatever. I'm a weirdo. Like if people come to my bar, this is just who I
Yeah,
am. Like,
absolutely.
No, you're
But
good.
that's what makes you you.
yeah, like if you come sit down at my bar, the odds are you're gonna know something about me that you didn't need to know by the time you leave. Like I'm really good at making soup. I might even offer you some. It happens.
Sounds great. So old fashioned, and now you're kind of getting into these. Like the one that I have right now is the lunchbox, which
Yeah.
we talked about, the peanut butter sandwich, kind of with the salt on top. You want to talk a little about what Mike is drinking? A love letter to Lakeisha.
Yeah. So this.
She did.
Yeah, I did. Man, where
Well,
you?
I want to make sure that it was in part of the episode.
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah,
we didn't
yeah.
start recording yet.
Oh.
Should we fight him?
Don't
I
don't
think we
ruin
should.
the
Yeah,
vibe, dude.
listen, bro. Yeah, let's all be united. One team, one dream. Okay, so
One
yeah.
team, one dream.
Yeah, it has Hudson Bright Lights Big Bourbon in it, right? So that's from Hudson Valley. And then we top it with our cherry Why You Buggin' cider. So now we've kind of got like a bourbon cherry, which sometimes bourbon cherries go in Manhattans.
Oh, yeah.
So like this is already like a cool thing. And then we're like, let's zhuzh this biatch up by adding Aztec chocolate bitters. And those are from Fee Brothers. And that gives it like a richness, but also kind of cuts the sweet. So you've got like the that you get from when you drink bourbon neat, and then you get a little bit of the sweet and tart from the cherry. But then with that Aztec chocolate bitters, it kind of like brings it all together with giving it like a touch of spice because there's a little bit of cinnamon in it. So it's kind of like this well-rounded, still simplistic, but very well thought out drink that just works and can hypothetically get you a little bit too messed up because it's booze on booze.
Now, I have an honest question from a consumer standpoint. Do you have if someone were to come here, loner boner off the street.
Yeah.
They walk in, they sit at the bar, and they're like, I want a love letter to Lakeisha.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how many would you offer them before you cut them off? Because there are establishments in Western New York. If you go and you get, an old-fashioned, they'll only serve you 3.
Wait,
Just because of how strong they make them.
Well,
There's also other there's other
There's other
establishments.
conversations that are had. Like, you're not just...
For sure.
Like, I'm talking to you. I know if you're walking. I know if you're staying at the hotel across the street. By then, like, we've had conversation. Even if I'm busy, like, I kind of know who your mom is and, like, your best friend growing up by then. And
so you're like the old school bartender where you're like, I'm gonna cut you off just because I have a feeling like you're kind of on that precipice. Like, one more of these is not ideal for you.
Yeah, like, you might die. Like, but you know how I'm gonna cut you off is by just, like, lightly ignoring you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to embarrass you. I don't need to tell you you've had it. Like, I'm not your mom. I'm not policing you. Like, yeah, I have a responsibility as an adult, but you know what? You have a responsibility as an adult too.
Right.
If you're driving, just don't.
Right.
Uber, man.
Right.
Like, I assure you, it is way cheaper than
a DUI.
Yeah, or, like, God forbid, worse. Like, it's just not. It's not even about that. It's about, like, it could be worse. It could, like, you could think, like, oh, I can afford to do it. No, you can't. Because, like, what if you can't afford the actual repercussions of it? So I try to, like, know where people are coming from. We are near a lot of hotels. People are traveling. So you kind of know, oh, this person is a regular here. They ride the train. Oh, they ride their bike. I also, like, maybe this isn't very smart of me, but, like, there was a couple that were in the other day and they're visiting. I don't even know them, like, at all. Like, they came in randomly, shared a beer. Her phone was dying, charged their phone, found out they're trying to go to Canada tomorrow. They're not sure if they can get an Uber ride to Canada. They didn't even think that would be an issue. And I was like, I know it's really weird, but if you can't figure it out, I was like, you can just walk across a border, right? Like, and then get an Uber when you hit. I was like, but if you really can't figure it out, like, you can call the OSB and I will take you. Like, I know that sounds kind of, like, weird, but I a little bit grew up and that's what my parents did. They owned a bar. Like, there would be a person sleeping on my couch. I mean, I eventually knew who the person was, but, like, I grew up where, like, you don't put somebody in a situation. You have to still care.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not going to cut you off in a way that embarrasses you, and I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do. I might kindly suggest something else or drop a water in front of you without even asking. I'm not going to ask if you want a water. I'm going to bring you a water.
Right.
And then I'm like, I'll even, like, be like, oh, I'm going to eat some chips. Do you want some chips? Like, there's ways to not escalate a situation that doesn't need to be escalated. So, yeah, they're really strong. I wouldn't recommend. But most people aren't really sitting here all day. Every once in a while we'll get someone that I was like, oh, God, I think I gave them a little bit too much. But I make sure that they're sobered up. I make sure that they're good. I will offer to pay for an Uber for somebody. I don't care. Like, if it helps me sleep well at night, whatever, man. Like, I'm just trying to have a good time, let other people have a good time. Not embarrass anybody, but also still, like, make sure that the safety and well-being of...
Sure.
It's interesting because a lot of establishments have different guidelines or whatever because, like, out of state, I've been to places where they're like, this is our signature cocktail. You're allowed 3 max.
Okay, but
because
if you're
they
allowed
know it's
3
like...
max, what if you order other stuff in between?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
They
Or, like, food, or you're there for 4 hours.
Like, dude, like, it's so...
Subjective.
It
like,
is. That's a good point.
I got frozen burritos from Grandma Mora's. Like, we got a spinning wheel of hot sauce, but that's, you can build your own s'mores kits.
Right.
Yeah.
And Gushers, obviously.
Well, duh.
Talk about these.
Listen, I feel, I'm going to eat it.
Go ahead.
I will.
Go ahead.
Do you hate coconut?
No, I love coconut.
Do you hate,
Coconut's amazing.
You hate these?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Not at all.
I feel like you were trash talking.
Oh, no. I was honestly asking those specific questions just to figure out where you stood on that topic.
So, like, these...
I didn't even know there was a cult following against those.
I think people love to hate. I got Dunkaroos back there. You know what? I used to love Dunkaroos.
What?
Dunkers are fucking trash.
They're
I'll go get them.
trash?
They suck.
Trash?
When's the last time you had them?
Bro, we literally just talked about Dunkaroos on the last podcast episode yesterday.
Did you have them? Did they give you fucking... I'm going to take these off and go...
Let me judge a Dunkaroo. Let me judge a Dunkaroo.
They're
What do you...
not the strongest.
How do they...
They changed the recipe.
How do they change the recipe?
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay,
All right. Well, while she's doing that, we're gonna read off some of the cocktails.
No.
that they offer here.
She's
Yeah, we
already
are.
back. Give me a
back.
Dunkaroo.
Yeah, you both get Dunkaroos. Here,
Okay,
I don't
thank
want
you.
them in case you fucking love them.
Okay, here's the thing.
First of all, in my brain, as like
This
you,
this is vanilla. First problem.
well, first of all,
You didn't switch it up.
there was no other option. I'm pretty sure when we were kids, it was just vanilla.
Weren't there like chocolate sticks?
Yeah,
too, or something?
Delta Sonic has options.
Yeah, guess
Hashtag
what?
not
I'm
a
a tiny
sponsor.
little baby spot that like I gotta buy these retail and wholesale. Like I'm not even doing shit appropriately. Like they say not for individual, and I'm like, ooh, can I scratch that off?
do
Like,
What did they
do?
change the recipe on? Are you talking about what you
It
dip
basically
into?
Just the cookie looks like fucking garbage. Why isn't it like?
I mean, that is a valid point. I mean,
Like,
this is not.
What is that? That's
Yeah,
like
this
a.
is-
That's a fucking Cheeto. Or Cheez-It. It looks like Cheez-It texture. The frosting is just not right. It doesn't taste right.
To be honest, I haven't had Dunkaroo in a while.
What do you want it to taste like?
Fucking delicious childhood. It doesn't. It tastes
You
like.
know what a delicious childhood
It
is?
tastes like sugary garbo nastiness. You know what? I want a homemade. I want to make. Sometimes I have a hard time when I think I could make something better. The frosting tastes like shit. The cookies are like lackluster.
I'm okay with this, but I'm also a SpongeBob fan. So,
Of course you are.
you know, me and you.
There's a really gnarly flavor that happens at the end that just tastes like trash.
No, I can see where you're getting
There's
that
a
from.
gnarly
They don't
ending.
remind me of what we used to eat as
Because they're
children.
not. I guarantee there's a recipe change.
Or did we just not have exquisite taste buds back then?
But okay, but I understand that. Like, your taste buds evolve.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna house these.
go for Andy. Eat. You know, whatever. I'm
Eat
gonna.
mine
You
too.
know what?
You want to split this?
Share these, bro.
We're gonna share this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's chocolate on the inside.
Duh.
Have you never had one of those before?
No, sweetheart, I have.
I feel like we're
Don't
just,
take a full
that
bite
was
of
like a
hers.
delicate.
Jesus.
Didn't you see the massive? But I took it like an aggressive bite. Like you could slow that down and it would be like. Argh. He might want
I'm
some.
all good. Thank you, though.
You don't like coconut?
Oh, I love coconut. I have coconut coffee at home. It's great. Shout out premium.
Listen, I'm like a bit of a. Just black coffee for me, thanks.
Yeah. Well, it's still black coffee. It's just they kind of flavor it.
Yeah, but it's creepy.
It's creepy.
Oh, Glenister's angry because we're snacking.
Oh, yeah, and he doesn't have any.
Here, there's a bone, bro.
What are you into, coffee-wise?
Yeah, easy.
Black
Pause.
like my soul, bro.
What's that?
Just black drip.
Like what?
Just regular, like, Colombian or something.
Like I don't care.
Oh, you just want black coffee.
Yeah.
Because the three of us all drink black coffee, but you don't have any like roast specifications you want to meet?
I'm an equal opportunist, man.
Do
Black
you like-
and now, bro. That's it.
Black and now. Do you-
That's just. Does that sound good?
any regions?
All of them. You know what I drink? Like what my go-to is Cafe Bustelo, which is like espresso ground. I think it's like from Puerto Rico. But Buffalo has like so many dope coffee shops.
Oh, yeah.
Rochester has so many dope coffee shops. In Rochester, I hit Fuego. I hit their sister company, which is Milo. I think I said that right. Yeah, maybe not. Whatever. I'm proving to not be great at things today, which I'm okay with it. I'm trying. I also love Java's. Did I say Ugly Duck? I think that's the first one I said.
Okay.
Ugly Duck. Love them. Love their branding. They don't actually roast their coffee. You know, Fifth Frame used to do coffee. I know Wade branched off and is doing just coffee. Out here, right around the corner, we've got what is it called? Winter.
Overwinter?
Overwinter. Which when I was first here, I was like, wouldn't it be dope if like when the season was like almost over, they then called it over spring, over summer.
there you go.
Like they were just like a little bit like over the shit.
Do you have any coffee flavored stuff here?
No.
Because you are a coffee
No,
fanatic.
I am a coffee fan. I just have the Lockhouse one, the Dude Abides,
Sure.
which is essentially a White Russian just with chocolate almond milk, which is very, very, very good.
So you don't make your own coffee at home in the morning? You go somewhere for
No,
coffee?
I do. I'm a scumbag.
buys
I just
beans
like
from 'em.
throw it in like a reusable thing and just
Yeah.
hot. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'll get it from a gas station. Like
Okay,
there's
so
some that like there's one gas station that doesn't exist anymore, but it's like down in Canisius Lake, and It literally has, and I never learned my lesson. Worst coffee. Like, it takes a lot for me to be like, oh, this is some nasty shit. But, like, I don't know. I don't know what they were.
So you're given an option between Tim Hortons, McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, and Starbucks. Which one are you going for?
Not Starbucks.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I went there yesterday, and they gave Glenister, like, the biggest pup cup ever. And I was like, you guys are the equivalent of the shitty aunt that powerhouses the kid full of sugar and sends him on his way. It was like a venti fucking. I know he's cute, but fuck. Dunkin' Donuts is really convenient for me. Mm-hmm. I'm not Canadian. Neither are any of you guys in Buffalo. So I don't understand, like, the Tim Hortons, like there's a Tim Hortons thing here.
Oh, yeah, it's real weird.
It's not even really that good. Like, they burn it a lot.
Dude, it's so burnt.
Yeah.
Like, so that's why I don't like Starbucks, because I feel like they over roast it and it's very like tar. Cool. And Dunkin' Donuts, it can be hit or miss because like a similar thing can happen. But that one's just like super easy and I accrue points, and I hate to be that guy. Like, I would love to go local all the time and, you know, Spot, there's, you know, they're here and they make a lot of stuff. Underground.
Very good.
Underground's amazing.
You ready? We're doing a cider, and we're using Underground coffee in it.
Oh, sweet.
It's actually in my car. It's the first time my car hasn't smelled like Glenister's stinky nose. Like, it smells like delicious coffee. I almost just might start buying a bag of coffee to like make my car.
Just keep it in there. So how are you doing that with Underground?
I just bought it from them.
But like, how do you make cider with it? You just like steep the beans in there and it just absorbs the flavor?
I guess you're going to have to come to that event that I talked about and know the rest. Because, like, I feel bad. Like, last year I was a super dickhead about, hey, bud, I get it.
What are you doing, bud?
No
You're
one's
good.
giving you
You're
any
good.
Dunkaroos. Come here. Come over here. Sit down. Have a bone. And no more barking. I mean, it doesn't work.
We can try.
Yeah, he doesn't know. It's fine. Yeah, so we're going to do that. Last year I was, like, kind of they're like, Elise, tell us the flavor. And I was like, I shall never tell you the flavor. Like, I legitimately would not tell them. And we did 2. So, like, I wouldn't tell them. And I was like, what if I just send you a few emojis?
Yeah, there you go. Figure it out yourself. That's going to be cool, though. So a coffee-flavored cider, has that been done before?
Probably.
Okay.
Like,
I don't know.
I don't know of anybody who did it, but, like, I'm pretty pumped about it. The team is really cool. Our team that came up with it. Like, we had other ideas, but I couldn't, like, get a hold of an object that we needed to make it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just don't think I can get that. It was a specific barrel that we needed to get, and I couldn't find it, so we came up with some other ideas, and then this is what we settled on. And now, man, that apparently maybe I got the coconut gusher, like,
What a great combo.
Like, cold sweater or hot sweater.
So when did your cocktail program actually go live?
Basically January.
Okay.
Sometime in January, I was in like a hazy bubble of like, I better do good. This is my favorite thing on the menu, and I don't think no one's ever ordered it from me.
The pickle bag?
It's a pickle bag. Oh, Glenister's got the gushers. Shit.
Oh, snap. Pickle bag. A shot of Great Jones bourbon right in the bag?
Yeah, because we don't got pickle backs, because why would we have pickle backs? Like, we don't have anything that gets pickles on them, but I have bags of pickles that we sell on our snack menu. So why not do a pickle bag instead of a pickle back?
There you go. No one's got it though yet?
Not through me. I think like 1 or 2 have sold, but my employee told me she just given not my employee. I hate to even, like, whatever. I love her. She's amazing. Liana told me that somebody ordered it and she puts the shot on the side, and I go, Liana, it's supposed to go right in the bag. She goes, that's kind of gross, Elise. And I was like,
Gross.
give him a fucking fork. I don't know. I
have a question.
I'm always scared of your
I
question.
know, right?
Why?
Well, because he phrases it like that.
Oh, phrasing? So phrasing matters?
Well, because you're so
You're
intensely
always
like,
like,
I have
I-
a question.
See?
Oh, that's what it is?
The intensity of the
Do you mind if I ask you something?
You could.
That's almost worse.
That's what
isn't
this
it?
podcast is for.
I think that's
Yeah,
worse.
like, I
Questions.
think you can just
It's
say whatever. You don't gotta be like.
I feel like instead of having, you know, when you go to like certain bars or like VFWs, they'll have like a.
You go to a lot of VFWs.
Listen. We'll talk offline.
Okay.
You can get like a bucket of beers.
Yeah.
It's like 5 or 10 beers in a bucket.
Yeah.
What if you did it with pickles?
I mean, we just turn into a pickle bar.
That'd be real wild.
But I'd see, like, this is where I would be like, I don't just want cucumbers. I want pickled carrots. I want pickled dill beans. I want pickled asparagus. Let's fucking get wild.
That's
Let's
so
get some
bougie.
pickled cauliflower. Have you had it? Have you had spicy pickled Brussels sprouts and put them in your tuna fish sandwich? Life altering.
Pickled
Where did you
deviled
have?
eggs?
In what state?
New York made it. I got the pickled Brussels sprouts at the farmer's market from a farm out on Cuca Lake, and they were fucking tasty. And then I never could find them again, so it's a little bit like heart-wrenching. You're like, oh my God, it was so good. Fuck my life. I never, like, it's one of those things.
Have you had like pickled hard-boiled eggs? Those
Dude.
are mad good.
Yeah, so, but I'm going to say something about a pickled egg that might offend you.
Okay.
There's something that happens with the vinegar, right, that then, like, makes the yolk, like, the most dense,
Yeah.
like, you could murder someone with, like, if you, like, you know that Chubby Bunny thing where kids, like, shoved the marshmallows? If you gave someone, I guarantee you they would die if they had 2 yolks.
Yeah.
2 pickled yolks in one sitting, dead. Like, I think, like, it's so, like, you can't clear it.
You're no longer well.
It's like swallowing glue. I
Yeah.
think it would glue your esophagus together. You'd cease to exist. And I don't know if they'd ever figure out how you die. Like, I think if they autopsy that, they'd be like, your guess is as good as ours. They
True.
smelled vinegary. But, like, yeah, no, it's weird. You know what I've been doing is soy eggs.
I don't know what does that mean.
So, like, I've been doing soft boiled eggs, and you put them in, like, a soy mixture. So it's, like, a jalapeno, green onions, cilantro, sesame seeds,
Oh,
a little
snap.
bit of sugar, tamarind if you want, and you just literally put all the eggs in there once they're peeled, and then you just make some rice and, like, a soy egg and some of that sauce. So good.
I just learned today that soy is actually very good for you.
Oh, yeah.
And like there was a lot of studies that came out a while ago that said it's not good for men, but that's all lies.
I
Yeah.
mean, what's not a lie anymore? Like,
That's
I don't,
true.
what do we trust? Ugh.
That's true.
You know, live life, be fun, be nice, whatever. Offer a stranger a ride to Canada. Don't hope you don't die. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
So when you started this cocktail menu too, you decided
Still on the cocktail
Yeah, well,
menu.
because
Well, like, I
that's
think
why
that's
we're
why
here,
we're here
friend.
was to talk about. I don't know. I was just being weird one day, and here we are talking about pickle bags and soy eggs and eating.
And buckets of pickles, potentially.
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not against it. I'm
So-
gonna eat this floor gusher.
Did you notice like a change in
Oh my god,
people
dude!
that
I
come
run
here
out
now?
of fucking ice all the damn time.
Okay.
I had to
Really?
buy another freezer.
Because
Oh,
cider
my God.
It's annoying.
because cider and cocktails are two very different people, I feel like. I feel like people that generally drink cocktails aren't getting cider and vice
Exactly.
versa.
So that's the thing, right? Like, when you go into a brewery, and you're like, so say the 3 of us go into a brewery,
I mean, I'm
and
down.
you guys
They better
really
prepare.
like beer. I don't really like it.
Right.
I mean, I actually just got an NA beer that's super freaking good. It's from something athletics. I whatever, but it's a non-alcoholic IPA that's super good. And I don't tend to love something that I'm aggressive. I don't need my beer to be that aggressive.
Yeah.
Like I've got the aggression covered. So, but I mean, I can drink like easy all day, like a Jenny Light. Like if I'm gonna drink a beer, like I'm just here to hang out. Like I'm not a big drinker at all in general. Like I'm not a huge drinker. Like I know what things are supposed to taste like, and I know why things can be appealing to other people. Like I understand like taste buds and flavor profiles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like it's always really fun to be creative. But I never really was that creative at the craft cocktail bar I worked at in Rochester. I more would like take a drink that existed and kind of do like a twist on it. But I really only ever created one cocktail that I competed in some competition for a bourbon company. Thank God I didn't win because I could never have gone on the trip. Like I was juggling too much. Like if I had to go to Kentucky, it would have been dope. But I just think like I couldn't have done it. So I'm glad I got second place. But the cocktail that I made a couple variations to it and we put it on the menu. And it was called the Mystery Date, and it was on the menu at Good Luck for a really long time. But my favorite part about it was the garnish. And the garnish was literally I found all these vintage like people from sewing patterns from like the 70s. And like one of them kind of looked like the Unabomber. He had like the hood. It was, but they were like all these sewing pattern people, and it just said Mystery Date underneath, and we clipped it on the edge, so you never knew what you were gonna get. It was like men, women, every ethnicity, all just found on like 70s vintage like sewing
Oh, that's
pattern
cool.
packets, and you just clipped it on, and it was on the menu for years after I left, and I always joked that I was gonna have someone illustrate me and sneak me into the mix.
Nice.
And they said I could, I just never got around to it, which sucks now, hindsight. Hey, Chuck Cerankowski, can you please bring back the mystery date and just put me as everyone's mystery date? I mean, I don't know. I have a lot to be thankful for. Like, honestly, getting a job at Good Luck was, like, amazing for me. Like, even living in California, and, you know, I joke a lot that my brother and dad tricked me into this, and then I kicked my dad out. Like, that's the story.
Yeah.
I was fucking tricked. Everything they said this was supposed to be, it was not. And that's fine. Like, whatever. I kicked my dad out, and I managed to still remain really good friends with him despite, like, that could ruin a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it kind of was based off of his and his uncle's recipe. So to hijack the company from them. But it worked out, you know, like, you're not doing this, Smitty. Yeah, so, like, I still remained really good friends with my dad until he passed away a couple years ago. And my brother, Eric, and I have figured out over the course of fucking Dunkaroo eater. Over the course of, yeah, he did say. So, you know what, fair enough. I'm good for you. Good for you in that, you know. I don't know if it's a spite eat or if you really like it, but either way, I'm proud of you.
He's proven a point now. That's
Yeah, like, is he really like it? Or?
They're so good.
You really think those are as good as they used to be?
Yeah, I don't mind them. It's frosting in this
Yeah, but like
ridiculously
but I
overbaked
feel
body
like
of
the
Christ
frosting
cookie.
is disgusting.
Yeah,
I
it
feel like
is.
the frosting has a really bad flavor. Like, it could have been, and it's probably some skanky preservative.
Obviously.
Yeah, but,
it's
like,
underneath aluminum foil and it's still good.
I mean, I think we could. Can't
Yeah,
you make money off the foil on
I've
top?
seen healthier things come out of Chernobyl than this Dunkaroo, and I'm
Like,
just out here.
I feel like there was this weird story, like, whether it's true or not, I don't know, but I feel like I was told that Dunkaroos were banned in the United States, and people would, like, link up with people in Canada and get them smuggled across the border.
I could
don't
see
know.
it, yeah.
I really feel like I heard that story. I don't know if it's true or not, but, like, I'd like to believe that that's true. It's like that, what is it, the Shamrock Shake Finder? Which Shamrock Shakes suck. Fuck that.
Yeah, they
if you
do.
like a Shamrock Shake, they're trash. They're not the way they used to. What's with the whipped cream? What's the dome? What's the fucking lid and the Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Some paper cup, slap a lid. What are you doing trying to present me a fucking... Just no. You're ruining it. Like, just don't... McDonald's puts whipped cream on fucking milkshakes now? What
Yeah,
is
it's
wrong?
gross.
Dude, you want to hear funny, I mean, like, these are completely irrelevant, but you want to hear two funny drive-through stories
Yeah.
while Elise was high,
Yeah.
like, within this year?
Yes.
Both of these happened this year. And I don't really eat a lot of fast food, so it's hilarious. I decided to go to Wendy's and get a Frosty. It was, like, after hanging out with some friends, and I was like, I'm going to go to Wendy's and get a Frosty, right? So I ordered 2 Frosties, and they asked chocolate or vanilla. And I was like, dude, vanilla's not even a fucking thing. Like, what are you talking about? A Frosty's always been, like, light chocolate.
Right.
Let's be honest with ourselves.
Yeah.
This fucking vanilla introduction, it's bad for business. Sometimes you just got to stick to your guns. Frosty's a Frosty. That's it. Like, why are you introducing new shit? And then the kid was, like, laughing or something. And I don't know. I struck up a conversation through the thing with this poor, like, probably 17-year-old kid. And I was like, you want a Frosty, man? I'll buy you a Frosty. What kind of Frosty you want? He's like, vanilla. I said, fuck that. I'm not buying you a vanilla Frosty. I just got done saying I'm not getting, like, vanilla's not a Frosty. And I was like, I'll buy you an orange juice or some shit. And I, like, literally pulled ahead. And then the 2 kids are in the window, and they're, like, dying laughing. And then he's like, you know why I like vanilla Frosties? Because we used to make them when I was in high school. And I was like, fine, you're still in high school. But here's $20. Buy yourself a Frosty, whatever.
Jesus, buy everyone a Frosty at that
Well,
point.
like, I paid for my Frosty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, whatever. So, then, maybe, like, 3 weeks later, I cooked dinner for my friends, and you know what? If I'm high, I want to eat. I don't care. I'm not going to, like, give me a portion that makes me hurt. Like, I want to feel something. Like,
So what are you eating?
I made beef bulgogi with backstrap, with, like, deer backstrap. So, like, but, like, I'm not
Yo,
going to...
that's a bougie meal, especially when you're,
It's
like, not even in this stratosphere.
It's easy. You're calling tons of shit bougie because you're scared of the words, I think.
You're talking about making deer
Shots
backstraps.
fired.
Yeah.
You're not even on this stratosphere, and you're able to literally comprehend all the moving pieces to that meal.
It's just meat turned into bulgogi. It's just a sauce that you mix a bunch of shit together, and it's bulgogi, bro.
Same sound effect?
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. It hits the pan and it's like, ooh. I don't know. But whatever. So we made it. But the amount of rice, like I'm hanging out with people who like care about their bodies and shit. And I'm just like, my only vice is copious amounts of things I shouldn't eat, followed by like maybe 3 days of like barely eating. Like I'm just not. Sometimes my boyfriend will be like, hey, did you eat? And I'm like, breakfast yesterday. He's like, you're a psychopath. Like, eat a snack. Like, do better. He's like, you're a really good cook. This makes no sense. I'm also on the go. I'm a really good cook for him. I cook him really good food. Yeah. So, like, that's just not, whatever. So we make it. They make a very small portion of rice. Everybody eats this, like, dainty, delicate amount. I was like, okay, so we're not really eating, I guess. I mean, I'm not going to say anything, whatever. I apologize if they hear this. I love them. They're lovely people. They look excellent. They're very health conscious. I'm just like, give me the meat. I don't even know. I turned into, like, some form of a monster. So I leave there, and I was like, I'm just going to have to go get dessert, I guess. So I pull up to McDonald's, and my go-to high food is to order a sundae and, like, an apple pie. So then, yeah, right? So I pull up, and I was like, can I get a sundae and an apple pie? They said, we don't have any apple pies. I said, what kind of pie you got? They said, we got this holiday pie. I said, what the fuck is that?
Ew.
Actually, wasn't that bad.
Really?
Yeah, it was like some weird custardy. It was kind of like a sugar cookie turned into a pie. I don't know, whatever. So I order the sundae and the thing. I pay for it. I pull up to the window, and the kid hands me the pie, and then he hands me the sundae, but it's just vanilla ice cream in a fucking cup. I was like, yo, where's my sauce, bro? He goes, you ordered a plain sundae. I go, a plain sundae's not a fucking thing. That's just vanilla ice cream in a cup. Like, don't even get me started.
Don't
What do you
insult me.
mean? You think I just want vanilla ice cream in a cup? I would have. That's just not a thing. And he's like, well, what kind of sauce do you want? And I'm like, what do you got tonight? Like, what are my options? He's like, chocolate or caramel. And my only regret is not saying both.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like I just went chocolate, fine. But like, if they had, like, whatever. But it's
That's
great.
not a sundae. That's just ice cream.
Thank you very much. And what happened to the little packet of nuts they used to fucking give you? They 86 those because some people are allergic? Like, no one gets nuts now?
Well, it sounds like a them problem.
Like, right? Did you ever, like,
Right.
you used to get, like, a little packet of, like, crushed peanuts.
Yeah.
Not anymore. It's just sometimes you'll just get a fucking vanilla cup. Like, I don't know.
First of all, who orders a plain sundae?
Yeah, like
has
what kind
those
of
words ever
psycho
been-
fucking
yeah.
path are you?
No,
that you order a
that's
plain sundae?
literally
It's
called
not a
ice
thing.
cream.
Like,
Correct.
I would like vanilla ice cream in a fucking cone. But I want to know if they make chocolate milkshakes. Is there chocolate ice cream somewhere up in that bitch?
100%.
Or are they adding a chocolate syrup to vanilla and
That's what I
they're
think
adding
it is,
strawberry
yeah.
to the vanilla?
Well,
like,
yeah, I'm sure there's
so
a bunch
there's no
of extracts,
chocolate ice cream on premise.
which is trash.
But you know what? I will say Lakeville, New York's ice cream machine has never been down since my getting high and ordering weird combinations. And,
Okay,
yeah.
well, I'm going to go down this rabbit hole then. How do you feel about local establishments that sell breakfast sandwiches on a bagel? So that's what we call it in Buffalo, but in New York City, it's a bacon, egg, and cheese. Okay?
It's still a fucking breakfast sandwich. Now you're getting into
It is.
semantics.
But listen, if you sell those, how do you not sell fresh hash browns?
Wait, you're talking about like
If
the
you-
store
if-
that puts a hash brown on it?
If you go downstate and you buy a bacon, egg, and cheese,
Okay.
you're able to buy a bacon, egg, and cheese with hash, salt, pepper, ketchup.
Okay.
That's a thing.
Right, yes.
Here, oh no, I'm completely out of all of that. I have a bacon. I have bacon. I don't have any sausage. I have egg and cheese on a bagel of whatever bagel you want, but I have absolutely no hash. I have no salt and pepper, and I maybe might have ketchup.
Well, you know what? If I go to an establishment and they don't have salt and pepper, I'm fucking leaving.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
I just listen.
How do you not? If you're selling a breakfast sandwich,
If
how do
you're
you
selling
not
any
have?
food in fucking life, how do you
Have
not
salt and
have
pepper.
the two
You got salt and pep-
seasonings? I got salt and pepper.
You got salt and pepper.
There's salt in that fucking cocktail.
That's what I'm saying. You're selling apple cider.
And I have salt and pepper.
And you got salt and pepper.
You should be ashamed of yourself, whoever he's speaking of. Fucking no salt pepper.
I'm not gonna throw him under the bus, but
Don't,
it bothers
but
me.
like, ugh.
You're selling bacon, egg, and cheese.
Shame
and,
on them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You
Like
know,
no
I mean,
hash.
There should be. Listen, my parents owned a pizzeria deli growing up. Okay, like I grew up and my parents owned a pizzeria deli, and my parents would call them breakfast buddies. Okay, and this is how you made it. You dead ass cracked 2 eggs into this blue fucking plastic bowl. Everybody's dying of cancer from Whalen, New York. It's my parents' breakfast buddies' fault. Scramble that bitch up, salt, pepper in it. Give it another whip, you throw it in the microwave, you put on top of it a paper plate, and then you take a fucking sausage patty on top of that paper plate. You press 2 minutes, that egg is Fluff City done. Then you throw 1 piece of cheese on it, and it melts with
Immediately.
the plate on it.
Yeah.
It like melts, and then you ask them if they want a bagel or a hard roll, and like that's it.
Yeah.
There's salt and pepper in the fucking egg.
Yeah.
Like what?
Damn shame.
Like
It's
what
a,
are they doing?
It's a missed opportunity. It's like they want to go bankrupt.
They just want to be. You know what they want to do? They want to ruin everybody's day, just like a little
Mm-hmm.
fucking bit.
Yep.
You're like, cool. I'm just kind of eating this flavorless.
And I'm just not
yellow.
happy.
I'm gonna have to sit them down because you can't
Why
put.
don't you not like here? Why don't you just gift them salt and pepper?
There you go.
I could, or I can gift them a recommendation for the suggestion box. I'm talking a paper.
I'll kick that. Like the suggestion box. You're almost like,
Nope. It's worked in the past.
has it?
Yeah.
Did you recommend me? I have a cocktail menu.
No, but it's worked in the past.
All right. Well, let me know how it goes.
We'll follow up via DM.
Please, yeah. Send
Or
send
a
us,
review on Google.
Send us a Google review. Review my review on Google.
I will literally say reference last Google review.
Yeah.
And then naming this establishment who also has salt and pepper, and you don't even have salt and pepper.
Like, I'm just offended that they do. You know what? Okay, I could be like, okay, maybe there's no salt because like the bacon has so much salt or the sausage, but pepper.
We're gonna talk about
Yeah.
a Patreon only.
Right.
Patreon only episode. We're gonna talk about it.
Love that. I just noticed that the cocktail, the L is middle finger.
Because I don't have a boss, and sometimes I just go a little too far. Like we have, like sometimes I like think I'm so funny, but like I'm a little bit like somebody should stop me.
It's still blurry.
It's still blurry.
There's got to be a way to get it in there. Pause.
Don't wiggle. It's whatever. Just
We'll take a picture. Of it. But
Yeah.
that's so you just were like, we're just gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm like, well, like it says we don't shake shit, we stir things up. Like I say shit, there's a middle finger. One of like we have 4 vodka-based slushies. And one of them that is always on the menu is called Fuck Your Lemonade Stand Kid. And it's like, move over, tiny hustlers, this shit's for us. Like, who am I and where did I come from? And like, what makes me, like if you ever read the descriptions of the cider, they tell you nothing. Like the Don't Harsh My Mango Man is like, one time a mango was out skateboarding Mongo. Like, what the fuck am I? Why? What am I even talking about? And he's like, he bumped into his friend who was a hop, and the hop was using rollerblades, and instead of hating each other, they collaborated. Like, what kind of like weird?
Shout out Mongo Pushers though. Huh?
Yeah, like what? That shit's wild.
Yeah, right.
Like I've
It's tough.
tried. How do you do that even?
It's tough.
I think there's only like one or
Were you
two.
switch or regular?
I'm regular.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I started Mongo and I switched.
I think people who like just learn to skateboard like on their own sometimes, who never like really saw much of other people do it or anything. I think that like that a lot of people pick that up. I have a friend, Ashley, who actually works for Food Link in Rochester. He's super cool, does like a lot of cool stuff for like the local community out that way. But he wanted to get into skateboarding, and he's a grown-up like me, and he was pushing Mongo for a while. I think he's figured out how to switch it, because he said you can't really learn tricks if you do Mongo.
Yeah, it's tough.
Or it's substantially,
Harder.
yeah. Like, so, I mean,
It's just repositioning your feet constantly.
yeah.
For those that literally have absolutely no clue what we're talking about, because it is a different language, Mongo, say your regular stance, which means your left foot is forward and your right foot is back, and you're standing on the board, the skateboard. Mongo is your right foot stays planted on the skateboard, and you push with your left foot, and then you basically lift your left foot.
Yeah, you're pushing with your front, whether you're facing goofy or regular. So it just
Yeah.
means you push with your right foot, which is like wildly sketchy. I feel like you could just do a wheelie all the time. Like,
Yeah, right.
So
Right.
It's like one quick, and you're just eating shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was goofy, so I always push left.
Right, which is fine. Like you can have Mongo goofy or regular goofy.
Right.
It just means that you push with your front foot.
Yeah, which is-
little kids who teach themselves how to skateboard. A girl I'm friends with out in California, their daughter, I saw on her Instagram that her daughter, who's like maybe 6 or 7, is learning to skateboard. She's like just like skating around, and she's Mongo pushing. And I was like, it must just be like,
It's natural.
it must seem easier. If no one tells you how to do it, if you're like, let me just see if I can pick this up.
But I'll tell you, hitting your shin with the board now when we're like 30 is much rougher than when I was
I like
16.
that you say when you're like 30. Like I almost tell people I'm 40. I'm not 40, but like I'm closer to 40.
Well, if you're non-Mongo and you're running up to something, then you're dragging it in your left hand if you're regular, and then you're dropping the board and then jumping on it.
I don't even understand those Mongo
Because
people,
if you're Mongo and you're regular, you're holding it in your right hand running, and then as the board falls, your right foot hits first.
If you're running with it, then it's probably going to be in your left hand normally, and you're just going to jump on it normally.
yeah.
For regular.
Yeah.
I also don't. I couldn't tell like
Because you were goofy, so then
not
your
that
left
cool.
hand held the board.
No, my right hand held the
Your
board.
right hand held the board, and then you basically just jumped on.
yeah. I feel like
So it's like a bomb dive just to get on the board as a running start.
no. It's just
No,
this,
because it's
it's
my
just
front
different.
foot.
Like
So for you, it would be holding with your left, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
like we just do
so for me,
opposite
it's just
'cause they do
opposite.
And then you just drop the board. It's just.
I mean,
that's how
I-
it's
Let's
interesting.
have a
Do
skate
you
stash.
run and jump on your skateboard? Like you do that often? I usually just put it on the ground and fucking push like a grown ass old person who
Really?
doesn't have health insurance.
Well, no,
Yes.
I mean sometimes you just got to get that running start.
Nah, not me.
Yeah, no, sometimes you need
I
it.
got
It's-
life insurance, bro. I only got a license to die. I
have-
don't have a license
Listen,
to get
I
sick,
just
my guy.
re-upped my life insurance policy for the year, but regardless of all of that, I mean, if you're skating street, it almost always makes sense to have a running start, especially if you're. I mean, anything.
Have you seen our skateboards? I have custom skateboards.
What do you
Oh,
have,
do you
like
really?
luge?
They're like longboards.
Yeah,
Like,
sweet.
they're not
that's-
even longboards. They're cruisers. But it's this really cool company out of San Diego area.
Here we go. Here we
Vista. And it's called Straight Skateboards. He's super rad. His company is super cool. And there's only 13 of them, and they're all numbered. So
Oh, cool.
I have 13 of 13 because that's my favorite number. And I thought, like, how funny to put 13 on everybody's skateboard. Like, I'm just such a dick. Whatever. I own it, so I don't know if that makes it better or not. But I took our logos from like our tap magnets and stuff and arranged them, and then he essentially, I guess, like kind of sandblasts the artwork out and then hand spray paints 2 colors. So it's really cool. I'll show you before you leave. But
Yeah.
That's sweet.
yeah, there's only a couple left, but it was really fun project for me. Like I like to skateboard, I like to surf, I like to do things and learn stuff. Like I've gone rock climbing before, but I've been debating joining the rock climbing gym.
That's cool.
Yeah, like I just like to do activities. On a shoot skeet, think it would be kind of cool. Bet I'd be shit at it, but I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, for sure.
No
Blow
pun
some
intended.
Stuff up.
Aha, got it.
Bah.
You're a very different person, and I love it. So, is there anything else that we want to talk about for cocktails
No,
before we
I
close
just
out?
think,
Just
like-
to round her out again?
Yeah, I just think like if we have the ability to make something that you want, we will. We don't have rum, we don't have tequila. You can't make them in New York. There was like there's a company out of Brooklyn that is a tequila company, but it's still not made here.
Right.
Like you can't make it in the States. Like it's just not. You can't. So like I'm doing my best. I was told that there is a rum from New York. I've been trying to like secure it, but there's a weird thing that's not working out. So I'm doing my best to be able to bring the people what they want. I want everybody. We didn't close a single tab. Everything is open-ended conversation in this. Basically, when you go to a brewery and you want beer, I'm not going to want beer. I'm likely to drink maybe a cider or a cocktail more than I would drink beer. Like, I'll have a beer. I just want to have something for everyone. I want everybody to be happy. And if cocktails are going to make you happy, then I'm going to do my best to make you happy. But I still need to be happy, too, because this is my home and I work here.
Yeah.
So-
Well, that's why I kind of like this whole that you do it neat too.
Yeah.
Because for me, I love cocktails. Obviously, this was delicious, but I'm definitely more of I'll get a 2-ounce pour of Hartman's because that's on here.
Yeah, and I want you to try it. Like there's one on there from Iron Smoke. They just came
Hell
out
yeah.
with a
The
rye,
rye.
and it's a little bit more expensive. So like that's the only one that's a little like I usually am like it comes out in the wash.
I gotcha.
I'm a it comes out in the wash kind of girl. Like whatever. So, but I want people to want to try, and I think that New York needs a little bit more light on the things that we do have. Like, I understand that you can go get this, that, and the other thing that's been around for 1 billion years, but this, that, and the other thing that's been around for 1 billion years isn't going to keep Buffalo fucking alive and well.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yep.
let's fucking listen. I'm telling you, Gentleman is substantially better than freaking Fireball.
Yeah.
Fireball, in comparison, Garbo. Don't care.
Well,
Fight
that's
me.
that's why I like that you do this because, and we can have a whole other discussion on this, but people get way too comfortable saying I want Bullet whiskey, and they're like, dude, Hartman's is significantly better than Bullet. What do you? Why just try
It's
something
just good.
new?
Try it. It's
Yeah.
new. And like I'm I want you to try it. I want you to like it. And if you know it, if you hate it and it's the worst thing you ever had, let's throw it away. Fuck it. Whatever.
Right.
Like, I know that sucks for me and you, but sometimes it's better just to be like, hey, you tried. Let's do something different
Yeah,
then.
right.
Like,
At
if I
least
see
you
you
tried.
nursing a cider because you were too proud to try a sip first, I'm going to want to really badly accidentally spill it. I'm like, my bad, let's get you something different. I call it the ice cream factor, right? Like, I give you an ice cream cone. If you become a common ice cream coner, I'm not going to do it again. But if you're not taking advantage, I'm for it. When you're a little kid and you lick your ice cream cone and you drop it, the person gives you another ice cream cone. I'm going to give you, like, if you spill your drink and I know that you didn't spill it because you're wildly intoxicated, I'm gonna just replace your drink. So I think we all need to give everybody a little ice cream cone.
I love that.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just like believe people are people and we're all just trying to do our best or some garbage like that. My boyfriend would call this an ew right now. He'd be like, Elise's words of wisdom. They turn both of our stomachs on a regular basis.
I love it. Well, thank you for coming back on. I mean, we really appreciate it. This is awesome. I love that you're doing cocktails. We love cocktails, so this just makes so much sense. So thanks so much for being back on.
Yeah, I mean, I did it for you guys. This is a lie. This actually cocktail program doesn't exist. I just made this up today. It's all staged. It's not. I'm just kidding. It's real. The host. I don't know if these ones are gonna stick around though, because I seem to be. I don't like to have snacks that nobody else really likes,
Right.
but me, because then I eat them, and like I don't really want to eat them. The gushers will stay.
Oh, always.
These fell on the
Yeah.
floor. Fuck it. I mopped it. I know the floor's clean.
Yeah, there you go.
Round 3 is going to be a dumpster fire. I am so excited.
Well, we got to do the snail race. So
Yes.
tune in to YouTube's and social media to catch the live stream
End
for
of
that.
next month.
End of next month? Okay.
We're gonna figure it out. End of next month for sure.
What's
Okay.
your social media again?
OSB Ciderworks.
Okay.
At
Love that.
OSB Ciderworks.
Mm-hmm. Glenister is at Sir Glenister. If you guys care about a chunky English bulldog.
Which everybody does, obviously.
He's
duh.
been pawing me, by the way, at my knees to make sure I pet him.
Yeah,
He literally just
I've
like
seen
paws
you sneaky
me.
petting him under the table.
Yeah. He's been pawing at me. He's like, "Hey, I'm still here. Love me."
He's been like a really good boy. Like,
Yes.
I'm gonna give him a snack.
Hell yeah.
I have stopped feeding him full portions of breakfast and lunch on days that I know
He's gonna get treats.
that I'm working, because people get, you know how much pizza crust this boy gets on Friday?
Oh, yeah.
Holy
True.
bread boy. Ooh. He's all like, good thing he's gluten tolerant, I guess. Jesus. God forbid he be gluten intolerant. I'd be so screwed.
Right.
He really isn't chicken tolerant though. He can eat like real fresh chicken, but anything with like chicken like snacks,
Yeah.
everybody at the bar pays.
Oh, yeah.
Got it.
Don't do it.
I love that.
Don't do it.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Go follow her at OSB Ciderworks. And, yeah, check out everything you got.
Yeah, hopefully you got something out of this. I don't know.
Love
There's
it.
a couple cocktails,
Yeah.
and I'm apparently enraged by junk food
Yeah.
snacks being improperly represented.
Yeah, and
you know what?
Dunkaroos suck now.
They do. You know, I'm willing to take like a poll. Like, I want to know who's eating these and thinks like, hey, those are just as good as I remember. They're fucking not.
This guy. All right.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Goodbye.